Absolutely, 100 grand is a lot of money, not to be sniffed at.
Well, I can remember when the prize fund in the Irish Open was 30 or 40,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm that old.
It is amazing how much it's exploded, though, in recent years due to sheer popularity. And surely, televisual aid must have helped that, if it had all been so televised.
Didn't do it any harm.
Yeah, an ace-jack suited. From Mokzulski, I think we've got it right. O'Connell has the two snowmen, though. Blinds now 800 and 1600. So although 4,300 may seem like a rather large sum, it's no more really than 3 times the big blind.
Some would say it's less.
Yeah, bankers, financiers, but what do they know?
Well, not very much, as it's been proved. But you know, but with the blinds at this level, you know, if O'Connell was to re-raise with the pair of eights there, he could be putting the whole stack in jeopardy.
Interesting how Kara had no problem getting rid of that ace-10, didn't even think about it. And Dina shows us our first 3 for the flop. 4, 5 of spades, and a jack of hearts. Not so good for O'Connell.
Yeah, there's going to be a bit of a decision for O'Connell here. It's not a bad flop for a pair of eights. Only one overcard on it, and people, people are making all these continuation bets these days. You know, it's since Harrington wrote that book about, and put in the section about continuation bets, all sorts of people who never thought of doing it before are doing it as though it's standard. It makes it a lot harder to work out what's going on.
Well, he's got a tough one to call on now. Ooh, he calls 5.5 grand.
I think it's wait and see from O'Connell. You know, Stu Unger, the late great Stu Unger used to say that anybody can fire 1 bullet, but firing 2 makes the difference between the men and the boys.
Absolutely. What do you call those that fire 3?
Crazy. Irish. There's a lot of help for O'Connell here because even if Mokzulski or that guy
Maxim Mokzulski
had raised with an ace-king or an ace-queen, now he's hit, so it makes the fold pretty easy.
Yeah, that ace probably did save O'Connell, and he steps out, but doesn't save the fact that he probably lost the guts of about 10,000 in that pot.
Well, sometimes you have to. He did the minimum, I think. No, they say it's all about maximizing your wins and minimizing your losses.
Dobbins with an ace-jack suited. Not exactly fat stacked.
Raise to 46 total. Plus.
That's about 20-25% of his chips.
What would you say? Anything over 30-35% just go all in? Or would you be nearer the half mark of your chip stack?
No, I think that's okay. He's given himself enough wiggle room to get away from it.
All in.
Well,
I think he's got about 15,000 back, so he has made this raise from an early position, indicating strength. So Kara's re-raise would indicate that she's got a big hand, that she's not messing about. So it's quite acceptable to fold here. Oh, we may think there's over 30,000 in the pot. He's probably getting, must be 40,000 in the pot.
Yeah.
He's getting the right odds to call here.
But if he was going to call the all-in raise, why not go all in initially?
Well, the real answer to that is sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. It's I think it's known as varying your play.
Being human.
Now, in fact, you know, the raise looks a little stronger than the all-in.
Yeah. And we have a call. It's a 70-30 race. Not the best odds for Dobbins. And not the most beautiful flop for him either. He was hoping for at least a couple of spades.
A couple of aces. Take the gamble out of it.
Right, 6 cards, 12%.
Bet you the last one's a spade.
Not even 3 cards. So 6 or 7%, it's got to be an ace. Not this time. And so, Cara Scott, I do believe, has just knocked Matt Dobbins out of the tournament.
Yeah,
Or did he have her covered?
Yeah. No.
No, he's
Not a lot
gone.
Matt could do about that. He was low stacked. Once he'd put his chips in, got himself priced in to call it anyways.
Had a great time. I mean, I qualified for this for $100, you know, and I can't really complain. I'd like to have gone deeper. I made probably a mistake earlier in the day that cost me some chips, and I was struggling since then. Since we went TV table, best hand I saw was the one I got knocked out with.
Unfortunately, that is the end of Matt Dobbins, and back to Chiari he goes. And Tony Cascarino sits down in his seat. Famous face on Irish television.
He's doing a lot better at poker these days than he is at his football tipping.
Glad
Thanks,
you said
Tony.
it.
Yeah, but Tony's become a very, very good poker player. You know, he always played when he was playing soccer. He was playing a lot of poker. I've played with Tony in Paris when he used to live over there.
Yeah.
And quite an accomplished player, and he's had a great last year, 18 months.
Well, let's see how he's going to fend at our featured table. Once again, an ace-10, a hand that's got a couple of people into some sticky situations tonight.
Wow.
Suddenly the King Jack.
Well, I was talking to Tony a little earlier, and he was feeling very, very confident, looking very relaxed, and said he wasn't going to be afraid to move his chips.
41,500 more.
He's asking a very serious question to Cara Scott, to which I'm sure the answer will be no. Nicely picked off, Tony. Too many hands Cascarino can have for this move for Cara to call him, really.
I like the way he's not hiding his face or sunglasses or hoods, or he's
Yeah,
a
I think
real
they should all
man.
be barred, to be honest with
Yeah,
you. You know?
I completely agree with you.
I don't blame anybody for using them, but when they're within the laws of the game. But you know, if you're going to play live poker, I mean, let them have
Yeah.
a good look at you.
Absolutely. I respect a player who shows his face so openly as that.
Mind you, some of the faces around here could do with hoodies worn back to front, but it's not really in a position to say that myself. It's too late now. Lovely looking lads they are.
Sorry, sir, you're going to have to wear bigger sunglasses.
Could you stand on your head?
With the novelty nose and the mustache on them. Now, Cascarino picks up another big hand, but this could get him in a lot of trouble.
Of course, Cock and Cascarino have just arrived at this table, so there's no history between them, or they won't have any line on how the other guy plays. Perhaps there is one clue in this tournament that you can probably expect the guys in those grey zip-up jobs that they may be playing a little bit tighter when they get a few chips because of the tournament within the tournament, the 100,000 is their top online qualifier. So if a guy in one of those little grey jobs comes over the top of you, I mean, have a little think about it. I mean, that he's not just playing for his tournament here, he's playing for the 100,000. Well, Cascarino obviously hasn't heard about that.
No. 100,000 what? Yeah, he can't be too happy now. He's a 25% underdog here. Needs to start hitting some queens. No. 2 hearts. 3 a 6 and a 6 of clubs. Nobody has any hearts on board. Cascarino needs queens. Everyone looking very serious.
Well, if the 3 or a 5 comes, you can split the pot. 2 pair with an ace.
Yep.
Only happens in the movies.
And unfortunately, this ain't no movie.
It's way more serious than that.
Kocher got doubles up through Cascarino on one of his first hands at the table, but there you can see Kara Scott sitting in second, 54, but your current ship leader, Marin Holtz, on